something that if it doesn't make me think, I'm going to be on my phone looking up other things.
Yeah.
I have my attention span is like not very big, large. And so something's really got to hook me, or I'm like looking for something to hook me. So I'll be, when I grab my phone, if I'm watching a show and I grab my phone, I'm like researching something. I'm like looking for something that like feels like I can chew on or satiates me.
And to your point around kind of a historic numbness to death and horror, it's surprising to me. In society today, what people allow their conscious and unconscious nervous systems to be exposed to.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of blown away. Even just having the news playing in the background, or the things that people will watch and not think anything of. I mean, I feel it so jarring to my nervous system because I protect what comes in, and I know that anything that I allow into my eyes, my mouth, or my heart is impacting every cell in my body, past, present, and future. And so I feel grateful that the shift happened within you. And I don't know, sometimes I wish that we could just shake people out in the world and go, what are you doing? Why does this not impact someone? Why do they not feel?
It's easier to a degree. It's easier not to, right? It's harder to feel. I mean, imagine if we could walk around and touch hot things and they didn't burn us.
Yeah.
Right. Or we could get poked by things and they didn't impact our skin. We would just be like wrecking balls, right? We wouldn't have any. It's easier. It was way easier to be able to like put on a horror movie and zone out, or put on an action movie and check out. It was way easier to. I say I'm a recovering asshole at times, because of the way my life used to be and who I used to be. But to some degree, for a long time, it was actually easier to have no empathy and not feel and not care about other people and just be self-centered and egotistical until it wasn't anymore. Yeah. And so there's a part of me that's like, hey, we are having the experience that we are meant to have. I'm not going to call it perfect or any, I don't, it is what it is. But I think, I got to have the experience I had, and that's like part of my journey. And, the person who is numbing themselves out on horror movies, sports, and porn, like there's some journey for them. I don't know what it is. I can't imagine. I often think like, there's a soul in there that chose that ride. I can't know why it chose that ride.
And do you think there's very many of those individuals that you end up coaching or working with?
This is wild. So I'll just use the retreat as another example of this. First night of the retreat, one of the men goes, hey, because we say like no drugs, no alcohol, no porn when you're at the retreat. And one of the men says, what about cigarettes? And I said, what do you say? And he was like, well, you said no, and I was like, well, I'm asking, like, we have some plant medicine here. We don't consider it a drug.